blow through the woods in springtime, roots drink deep from the wakened earth. Young leaves shine in the quickening sunlight, dance the song of the New Year's birth. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the singer sings. The year turns round but the wood in springtime does not care what the winter brings. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the singer sings. The year turns round but the wood in springtime does not care what the winter brings. When the leaves are long in the days of summer and the light drifts through them cool and green, the great trees stir in their dreaming sleep and sing slow tales of the years they've seen. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the tale unfolds. The year turns on but the wood is summer, has no thought for the winter's cold. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the tale unfolds. The year turns on but the wood in summer has no thought for the winter's cold.
Greetings everyone, my name is Jan and I live in Tasmania, that beautiful little island state in the southeast of Australia. And first I'd like to acknowledge that I live on Lughnasadh country, land of the Palawa people, land that was never ceded. I'd like to welcome you all to our Southern Hemisphere Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids Lughnasadh ceremony. And I see we have people joining from all over. Hello Deb from Wales. Oh, I bet it's a lot colder over there than it is here. And oh wow, it's just lovely to see you all here. The ceremony today is brought to you by the Silvereyes seed group that is based in the north of Perth in Western Australia. So now I'll hand you over to the lovely Ashley.
Thanks, Jan. My name is Ashley. I'm on the Budja of the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, which covers southwest WA. I live in Mondoon country. I'm a bard and founding member of the Silvereyes seed group. I will be leading this group tonight. The Silvereyes seed group is named after the small bird with silver grey body, yellow olive back, and conspicuous ring of white feathers around the eye, dwelling in almost any wooded habitat. The Silvereyes, while feeding on insects, fruit, and nectar, will diligently fertilize flowers and scatter seeds. Their musical conversation does not belie their power of observation, diligently providing warnings and protection to its community, ensuring that their newly raised family and ongoing community are able to migrate north in the autumn and returning to the south to breed the following winter. In this, the Silvereyes seed group can be viewed as planters of seed of knowledge, observing and ensuring their members are nourished, and when the time is right, can scatter their seeds of learning to the community. Although the Silvereyes seed group is small, like this little bird, we are adaptable, resilient, and as a community, wish you a very warm and joyful welcome.
Greetings everyone, my name's Chris. I live on the central coast of New South Wales in Wununjini country, and I will be Druid 2 and co-hosting with Ashley. Thank you for having me.
In recent years, as part of reconciliation process, it has become protocol in Australia to honour the traditional owners of the land at the start of any public gathering. This is called Acknowledgement of Country. The Silvereyes seed group would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which we're situated on, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation and Aboriginal people from other lands. We offer our respects to elders past and present. We celebrate the continuing living culture, traditions and spiritual connection to Borlu and to the adorable Yuragan. This evening, I would like to introduce the following volunteers taking part in this ritual.
Greetings, everyone. Can you hear me? I can't see or hear anyone. There you are. Sorry. I will. You've gone too fast now. My name is Sarah Jane, and I live in the Mornington Peninsula, Victoria, traditional lands of the Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, and I will be representing East and the element of air. We have chosen the native bee with its beautiful metallic blue and black stripes, buzzing and hovering in our western sky. A solitary creature feasting on nectar, hiding its scarce honey and secretly nesting in places unexpected. Their sweetness and virtue blends them as the rejuvenators of the physical world and the divine messengers of the spiritual realms.
Hello, I'm Dan from Gundagara, Darug and Wiradjuri country in New South Wales, and I'll be representing North and the element of fire. We've chosen the flame as the catalyst of life and the bringer of death. The wild and untempered flame, round fallow in preparation for renewed life. In capable hands, the flame's roar can be skillfully tempered in the hearth, used for purification, the celebration and sustaining life and connecting us to the spirit realm through song and lore.
You're muted, Andrea.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Andrea, and I live in Nurrinjeri country, South Australia, and I will be representing West and the element of water. We have chosen the gilgi, or crayfish, to represent the element of water today. The gilgi represents the sentinel of health and purity for our streams and lakes. Their protection of the waters confers to others the ability to return to the water's edge to refresh, revive, feast and celebrate summer's end.
Hello everyone, my name is Kereth. I live in Meanjin, also known as Brisbane, in southeast Queensland, on the land of the Turrbal and Yagara people, and I will be representing the South and the element of Earth. We have chosen the wattle seed to represent the element of Earth today. The wattle is one of the loveliest and most recognisable trees in Australia. It grows all over the country, but is native in both Western Australia and Queensland, which is a lovely point of connection between myself and the Silvereyes seed group in the West. The seeds are prolific, highly versatile as food, medicine and soil revitalisation, and they're nutritious, which makes them a perfect symbol for the abundance, practicality and nourishment of the earth element.
Hi everyone, my name is Telfrin and I live in Seerbrock in the Overberg of the Western Cape in South Africa, on the land of the Hesekwa people, and I will be representing the Green Man and the god Lu today. We have chosen the Green Man to represent the transformational life force, healing and vitality that sustains us. The Green Man's service and self-sacrifice allows for the continual cycle of life, death and rebirth. His death marks the end of the growing season and clears the way for the winter to come, where he becomes the seed to be nourished within the earth goddess until spring returns.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I live in the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria, traditional lands of the Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, and today I'll be representing the goddess of the harvest. We have chosen the goddess of the harvest for, like many mothers who have sacrificed themselves so that their children may live, so too the goddess of the harvest sacrificed herself by clearing the land for cultivation and died from her tremendous efforts as a gift to humanity. The creation of the order from chaos through the Green Man has now become a symbol and ritual to honour her and celebrate the harvest left behind at the turning of the wheel towards the new cycle.
Let us begin. By the power of star and stone, by the power of land within and without, by all that is fair and free, we welcome you to this rite of Lughnasadh of the Southern Hemisphere of Order, Bards and Ovates and Druids.
We have come from the east and west, north and south, to be here together for this gathering.
Let us take 3 breaths, together with the earth beneath us, together with the sky above us, together with the sea around us.
With the blessings of earth, sea, and sky, may our ceremony begin.
O Spirit, we greet you and honor you and ask you for your blessings. O spirits of this place, spirit of this circle, we ask for your blessings, your guidance, and for your inspiration on this our Lughnasadh ceremony.
Let us begin by giving peace to the quarters, for without peace can no work be. May there be peace in the south. May there be peace in the north. May there be peace in the west. May there be peace in the east. May there be peace throughout the whole world.
Let us join in this prayer that unites all Druids. Grant, O Spirit, thy protection, and in protection strength, and in strength understanding, and in understanding knowledge, and in knowledge the knowledge of justice, and in the knowledge of justice the love of it, and in the love of it the love of all existences, and in the love of all existences the love of spirit and all goodness. Let all disturbing thoughts be laid aside.
The circle of our horizon, of our lives and land, of time and of the year, of seasons and of goodness, of birth and of growing, of dying and of rebirth. As this circle is cast, the enchantment of the apparent world subsides. We stand together in the eye of the sun, here and now, between past and future. The earth below us, the heavens above us, the circle and sea around us. This is sacred time. This is sacred space.
Let us mark out this circle with symbols of the season.
Now let us bless this circle with water and with fire.
May our circle be blessed with the element of water.
And may our circle be blessed with the element of fire.
We gather as equals in our physical form here upon the earth. Each presence is a blessing, and with every breath we take, we breathe light and life into this circle.
Let the 4 directions be honoured, and let the gateways to the quarters be opened, that their power and radiance might enter our circle for the good of all beings.
We call upon the powers of the east and the element of air, to the bees busy in their hives, guardians of sacred knowledge, holding wisdom and hidden truths with their mysterious behaviour and the intricate structure of the hive, reminding us of the interconnected patterns of the universe.
We call to the north and the element of fire, to the flickering flame. We welcome your transformation and the harvest of potential, bringing the sacred inner fire to rekindle our spirit and propel us forward on our journey.
We call to the west and the element of water, to the Gilgi, whose backward movement in water generates the momentum and waves to reveal what is hidden, cooling and cleansing the soul while clearing a path for renewal.
We call upon the powers of the south and the element of earth. We give thanks to the wattle seed, whose revitalization of the soil and adaptability to changing conditions during the season bring us abundance, deep nourishment, and a reminder that flexibility is required to thrive in times of change.
May the harmony of our circle be complete. Let us enter the rite of this celebration of Lughnasadh.
This is a poem by the West Australian poet Peter Burgess. It's called Wheat Harvest, Broom Hill, 1962. I recall those long golden swathes, the orange Chamberlain's diesel reek and roar, hazes shimmering swirls, the dozy nodding of hairy wheat. How the dust of those harvest days filled my mouth and nostrils, ears, inflamed my eyes, clogged every pore until I couldn't hear, breathe, speak. How my sweat drew and the cracked husks winnowed through the headers' beaks, raising livid lumps all over my skin that pulsed to the tractor's dull beat. Recall too that stoic gnomish shadows stomping mallee roots with big booted feet, hurling stones from the tractor's way, unmindful of sweat, itch, or heat. How, at last, that shadow straightened, calling an end to the itch of wheat. How dusk rolled in then, low and brown, whispering of a cool shower, salad, sleep.
Thank you, Kareth, for your beautiful offering. The season of Bonaru, the festival of Lughnasadh, marks the slow descent of the sun, the dying of the sun god, sending its last hurrah before heralding the colours and cooling changes of autumn and Jiran. Lughnasadh falls in the West Australian season of Bonaru, the second summer, recognises the season of adolescence. The young animals who first ventured out in Birak are now maturing, and young people turn their hands to skills guided by the elders of the community. Bonaru, as the hottest season of the year, has little to no rain, hot easterly winds, and occasional afternoon wandan, or sea breeze. Bonaru holds cultural significance for the Noongar people. It signifies a time of change and adaptation. Traditional practices such as controlled burns are employed during this season to manage the land and encourage new growth. These practices are deeply entwined with Noongar food traditions, ensuring a sustainable and harmonious relationship with the environment. Family use this time to camp on the coast, fishing and gathering coastal delicacy consisting of dilget, which in the form of fish as mullet, salmon, and barramundi, wandan non, which is eel, as well as crabs, mussels, and gilgies, which are crayfish. On the land, there is a sustainable and respectful hunting approach to kangaroos, wild turkeys, emus, lizards, and snake as further rich source of protein.
The harvesting native fruits and seeds which grew naturally within the area and and are now available, which would include quandongs, wild passion fruit, wild oranges, bush tomato, red salt bush, samphire, mulga seeds, and wattle seeds. The seeds, such as wattle, would be collected and ground into a damper. Bread baked over fire coals. The Bayou Zamia palm seeds would change colour from green to bright red, indicating they were ripening and becoming more attractive to animals, particularly the emu, who would eat the toxic fleshy outer part of the plant. For human consumption, the toxic seed would undergo a lengthy process and crushed to make porridge meal or baked into a form of pancake. During this season, the muja tree, or Noitsia floribunda, would start to fade and the white flowers of the flowering gums, including jarrah, marri, ghost gums, which create wonderful honey, start to be in full bloom. Birak, Bunuru, Jaran, Makaru, Juba, and Kamarung are the 6 seasons of the indigenous Noongar calendar, with no start or end date to each season. It's guided by the land and weather conditions. This contrasts with Western agricultural and spiritual practices of harvesting to a set time of the year and ties in with the 4 fire festivals for the year.
Yet Bunuru and Lughnasadh may have much in common. Noongar spirituality lies in the belief of a cultural landscape and the connection between the human and spiritual realms. Everything has meaning and purpose. Life is a web of interrelationships where Mam and Yok, men and women, and nature are partners, and where Kura, the past, is always connected to Ye, the present. Through paintings, music, and corroboree dance, respect to ancestral creators are paid, and at the same time, the strengthening of belief systems. Noongar connection with nature and Buja, or country, signifies a close relationship with spiritual beings associated with the land, expressed through caring for Buja and observing Noongar law through an oral tradition of storytelling.
Lughnasadh traditionally marks the beginning of the harvest in what we have grown, the seeds planted in the spring. It is a literal harvest of produce prepared to be stored away for the coming darker months. The hay, wheat and barley would have been reaped and stored in. It was a time of gathering too, of contests and games, for gifting, generosity and kindness to those within our community. Contracts, i.e. buying and selling of animals or equipment, was conducted, as well as handfasting, marriages. The handfast conducted at this time could be annulled at the same time the following year, offering the couples a sensible trial marriage period. In some areas, a flaming wheel was sent rolling down the hillside at this time to symbolise the descent of the year towards winter. And in some Druid ceremonies, a wheel is passed around a circle in symbol of the turning year.
From a personal perspective, the harvest is also a reflection of our inner experience and the spiritual fruits of our own labor, sacrifice, a time to acknowledge our hopes and fears for the upcoming months, and contemplate how we wish to invest our time and energy moving forward, balanced with what welcomes celebratory relaxation. And celebrate we should, as it was the sacrifice by the goddess Teal'c that gave us Lu, the patron of scholars, craftsmen, warriors, and magicians. The story relates to Lu's mother, Teal'c, who selflessly sacrificed her life to clear the lands for agriculture. In honor of his beloved mother, Lu created the Feast of Grain, the Harvest Festival, a heartfelt way to pay homage and keep the memory of the Grain Mother alive. While the green man sacrifices himself in order to enable human life on earth. In that regard, we should be introspective about sacrifice, transformation, death and rebirth, while heading into the period of darkness, stillness of winter, also part of Lughnasadh.
Goddess, we celebrate the equilibrium of autumn and spring, the gratitude of first harvest of grain, and the personal flame of future potential.
Lady, protector of the natural world, you are the catalyst of immense creative power, which we draw upon to generate and realize our own dreams.
Lady, we celebrate the cornucopia of life and earth's abundance, a gift and blessing from the goddess of the harvest, whose strength and nurturance allows us to continue on the circle of life.
You're muted, Ashley.
Let's try that again. This is the time of equinox, which marks the end of summer but the beginning of autumn, a time for celebrating the abundance of the harvest and preparing for the oncoming of Jiran and of Makaru.
Great Mother, we are blessed by your many gifts. You are welcomed, loved, and honoured. May our hearts be open and flow in your loving presence.
As day and night slowly comes to perfect balance, wait a little while longer and witness the night becoming longer until the wheel turns and gathers strength for the arrival of Jibba, spring.
We stand at the threshold of the equinox. Hail, the one who faces death while in the service of guiding us on the rebirth and renewal journey. Honour us with your presence as we step through the threshold of the dark part of the year. Bless our ritual so we may give thanks for your sacrifice and your nourishment. You are loved, honoured, and welcome.
I now invite the audience to take a sip of their drink, if you have one available. My time is near, and I grow weary. It is time for me to rest until the light of spring returns, so I can once again give myself for Beltane and the harvests.
This is the blessing of the harvest goddess and the green man. The soil is revered and sacred. Food is graced and sacred. We are sacred. We give thanks for this generous sacrifice that we might be nourished. Within us, the life cut down is reborn. If you have bread with you, I invite you now to partake. Mother and Father of the harvest, grant that the seeds of our future will be fruitful and nourishing. May we learn true gratitude for life's abundance. Reveal to us your precious gift of hope, for your greatest teaching is of rebirth. With harvest comes death, yet in the midst of death we are fed and sustained by the glowing seeds of new life.
This will be a small meditation of the earth goddess, mother of the harvest, which is actually applicable to the Silvereyes area. I invite you to drift and settle in your space. Consciously soften your body and open your mind and heart. You may want to softly lower your eyes and let the poem conjure feelings and images of summer harvest in Western Australia. The Sovereign Mother and Her Silvereyes was written by Ashley Thompson Brown, Silvereyes Seed Group in 2025. The Sovereign Mother of Mystery smiled while she watched her small winged emissary, the Silvereyes, with white ring of eyes and yellow, olive, silver grey colouring. Their flight paths efficient, heralding their arrival by way of musical conversations. Their mission of diligent observer, charged at Beltane to fertilise flowers, scatter seeds, and devour insects and fruit with diligent activity. Their intuitive sense of potential predators can help save your harvested bounty of the year. However, the Silvereyes' role of scattering the mother's seeds to be fertilized by the father to become fruit and harvested can be devoured. It is a timely reminder of the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth to which we all play a part. This contemplation of the life cycle can extend into spiritual, in partnership with the Earth Goddess and the mundane world, and how we protect her through how we work and what we sow.
Harvest Goddess, may the seed inside your dark soil womb be protected from the cold barrenness of winter. As we too turn inwards to rest and contemplate, may we continue to draw nourishment from your power and be the living spark of all future harvests. We give honour and thanks for your deep love and gratitude for your presence in our circle.
Green man of the summer harvest, you reveal to us that sacrifice must be made in order to flourish. Through such wisdom, may we learn the mystery of sacrifice itself and understand true gratitude, clearing the way so that we may grow and be nourished. We give thanks for your harvest gifts and for your presence in our circle.
I will now read the poem Earth Upon Earth, which has many Middle English translations. Earth talk of earth, earth with woe. Earth other earth, to the earth draw. Earth laid earth, in earthine throw. Though huurde earth of earth, earth nyo. There are various translations of this Middle English poem, but one of those would be earth took of earth, earth with ill. Earth other earth, gave earth with a will. Earth laid earth in the earth, stocked still. Then earth in earth had of earth its fill. The first earth being earth itself and the second being man or humanity. There are also several versions of this original, which, judging from its widespread inclusion in the incunabula across the centuries, seems to have been a popular poem. Earth Upon Earth collects these variations and gives historical background. The repetition of earth makes it easy to remember, and as the word repeats, the meaning changes slightly. Planet, ground, soil, tomb. The earth becomes not just the land on which we live, but also the opening in that land where we go to die. The green man is the god of the harvest, linked with fertility and guardian of grain. When cut down with scythes as sharp as razors, part of its bounty goes into bread and nutrition. The last sheaf made into a corn dolly to preserve his life force until the seeds are sown for a new crop the next year. But now the green man is waning. He is found on the boundaries or crossing places of the realms. It is a time of birth and beginning of the underworld earth god, but only by sacrificing himself in order for fate, time, and the wheel of the year to keep on turning, enabling the continuation of life. His death does not go unnoticed. It is mourned with parades, games, feats of talents and ego, by boasting our qualities and attributes and performing poems, dance, or any other artistic expressions within the circle, which is decorated with wreaths, poppies, or cornflowers. When the evening arrives and the harvest moon is huge and red, its shadows, it reminds us about the endless cycle of death and rebirth through the spirit of the harvest.
I'm dedicating this poem to you. As Earth Mother, I watch while you head towards the sleep of death. Grain cut down, blood is shed. I watch you wither and decay, your body ploughed back into the ground. So the spirit grows back when the next crop is sown at Beltane. We acknowledge your sacrifice, your gifts sustaining us through the seasons. As the wheel turns, our lives, just like the grain, moves from a place of transformation through death and rebirth. For this, we thank you. I invite everybody now to just drift and settle into your space and consciously soften your body and open your mind and heart to reflect upon the last year, to reflect upon the seeds, the efforts sown in the past year, what was successful or unsuccessful, what requires further work, or to revise the sacrifices to be made to set your intentions for the new year. We'll take just a moment or two. Feel free to close your eyes and reflect.
It is the hour of recall. As the fire dies down, let it be relit in our hearts. May our memories hold what the eye and ear have gained. Let us all recite the Druid's vow. We swear by peace and love to stand, heart to heart and hand in hand. Marco's spirit and hear us now, confirming this, our sacred vow. We swear by peace and love to stand, heart to heart and hand in hand. Marco's spirit and hear us now, confirming this, our sacred vow. We swear by peace and love to stand, heart to heart and hand in hand. Mark, O Spirit, and hear us now, confirming this, our sacred vow.
May the spirits of the four directions be thanked for their blessings.
With the blessing of the versatile and nourishing wattle seed, which provides hope through its revitalization of the land and reminds us of the continuity of life and the earth's abundance, we give thanks to the powers of the south.
With the blessing of the industrious Gilgi, who confers protection of our waters by being the sentinel of health and purity, its revival and refreshment is celebrated, especially at summer's end. We give thanks to the powers of the West.
With the blessings of the creativity of the flame, the herald for purification, renewed life and connection to community and the spirit realm through song and lore, we give thanks to the powers of the north.
With the blessing of the bees, we give thanks to the powers of the east. We are humbled by your tireless work of diligence, focus and determination, reminding us to find joy in our labour and to work steadily towards our purpose. To the honey, as your sacred gift bringing divine blessings, nourishment and the sweetness of life, we give thanks to the powers of the east.
May the harmony of the land be complete.
May the blessings of Lughnasadh grant you the spark of potential, gratitude and abundance for yourself and to share with others. May you look around and see only nature's beauty and generosity always. The circle is uncast. I declare this ceremony of Lughnasadh closed in the apparent world. May its inspiration continue within our beings. Thank you all for joining us in this celebration.
Do you all like to say your goodbyes now, starting with Sarah?
Blessings for Lughnasadh to everybody. Thank you for having me.
Thank you to everyone for joining this beautiful ceremony, and I wish you all a very happy Lughnasadh in the Southern Hemisphere and Imbolc in the Northern Hemisphere. Goodbye from South Africa.
Farewell. It's just come up on my screen. Thank you, everybody. I wish you well on Lughnasadh.
Thank you so much for having me, and bright Lughnasadh blessings to everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. From Ngarrindjeri country, I bid you farewell and bright blessings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I wish you goodbye.
You're muted.
Blessings of Lughnasadh to everyone, and Imbolc blessings to all of my brothers and sisters in the north. Thank you.
Bright blessings and have a wonderful Lughnasadh and Imbolc to north and south. I bid you farewell. Take care.
Oh, that was a lovely ceremony. Thank you to the Silvereyes Seed Group. And yes, sometimes our technology is a bit slow, and I've got lots more people on here now that I can see. We have Gail from the heartland of America. We have Pat from East Sussex, Amber, Gavin from Scotland, and who else do we have? We have April. Hello. Seattle, someone, Brigantia from Seattle, how wonderful. And Jan Doe from South Africa, how awesome. Thank you all for joining us. And I'd like to wish you all the blessings of Lughnasadh, and to those of all of you in the Northern Hemisphere, have a wonderful Imbolc. Bye.
Breezes blow through the woods in springtime, roots drink deep from the wakened earth. Young leaves shine in the quickening sunlight, dance the song of the New Year's birth. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the singer sings. The year turns round but the wood in springtime does not care what the winter brings. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the singer sings. The year turns round but the wood in springtime does not care what the winter brings. When the leaves are long in the days of summer and the light drifts through them cool and green, the great trees stir in their dreaming sleep and sing slow tales of the years they've seen. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the tale unfolds. The year turns on but the wood is summer, has no thought for the winter's cold. The dance goes on and is never ending, the circle turns and the tale unfolds. The year turns on but the wood in summer has no thought for the winter's cold.